Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Masters of the Universe Club, and this is a book club episode, and my name is Keith Fredrickson. My goal with every episode is to help you master your universe in bite-sized chunks. So every week I go chapter by chapter through a recommended book like this one, and I discuss one small thing that inspired me, and that hopefully will inspire you to take action in your life and master your universe. If you're listening to the audio version, we are reading Sleep Smarter by Shawn Stevenson. Please buy the book through my affiliate link below, and that will help my channel. Please read along with me. I do go chapter by chapter and master your universe in the process. Hopefully, if you want a more deep dive discussion, consider joining my Patreon, also linked in the description. This is Sleep Smarter by Shawn Stevenson, and we are up to chapter 15, which is Play Your Position. Now, the point of this chapter is that you have to be mindful of your position when you're sleeping, because each position has health implications. Now, actually, the takeaway for me for this chapter is that, first of all, there's a lot of information in this chapter. I can't go through all of it because these episodes are short. So I would suggest buying the book. But the thing is this: be mindful of the position that you like to sleep in. There are many. And once you know the position that you sleep in, people tend to have a favorite. You can understand how to optimize that position physiologically, because when you're sleeping on your back, for instance, you don't want to have too big of a pillow. You don't want your neck to be bent one way or the other, right? So if you're sleeping on your back, you don't want to have too big of a pillow and be like this all night. If you're sleeping on your stomach, you don't want to have a pillow underneath your head and be like this all night, right? A lot of this is actually somewhat intuitive. So that's the takeaway. Takeaway is, first thing is notice. Be mindful of the position you like sleeping in. I'm actually just going to tell you that I like to do something informational each episode. So I'm going to tell you, these are some of the positions with pictures that he's listed. I'm not going to show them to you because you have to buy the book. The fetus. Everyone knows what the fetus is. You're just kind of crumbled up. There's one called a log, where you're on your side and you're basically just, stretched out. You're just straight like a log. There's one called the yearner, where you're on your side but your arms are kind of both out. Soldier is basically just flat on your back with your arms at your side. The free faller is on your belly with your arms up. The starfish is on your back with your extremities spread out. Now, those are solo sleeping positions. Here are the duo sleeping positions. The spoon. This is with the man, holding the woman, or I guess so. The gender environment that we're now in, which is a more aware gender environment, is actually going to complicate the titles, and I'll tell you why. Because there's one called the spoon, where the man is holding the woman. The woman holding the man is called the pursuit. So these names, and Shawn didn't make these up, I'm sure. These are ones that he found. But so the one where the man is holding the spoon, is holding the woman is the spoon, and the one where the woman is holding the man is called the pursuit. So perhaps those are some possibly sexist names for these two positions, which is kind of hilarious on the one hand, but on the other hand, let's move on, because this is not a gender podcast. This is a health podcast for the most part. The honeymoon hug is like forward and you're all huggy nicey. There's one called shingles, which is very pleasant, but it's sort of like your heads are together and you're in each other's arms, but then your bodies are sort of like splayed out. Sweetheart's cradle is one of you on the back and the other person in the wing there. Loosely tethered is where you're sleeping near each other, but just like one arm or one arm on each other. And then there's one called a leg hug, where you're sleeping basically separately, but then there's just one leg overlapping. We talked about the pursuit. There's Zen style, where you're sleeping kind of back to back. In this case, the image is more sort of like butt to butt, but I'm not sure if that's kind of a necessity. There's one called a cliffhanger, where you're back to back, but you're actually separated. And then there's one called the grab, where it looks like the woman's on her back and the man's on his belly. Anyway, look, hopefully I inspired you to go buy this book. But anyway, yes, so be mindful of your position when you're sleeping, and try to, first of all, buy the book. If you don't buy the book, it is somewhat intuitive. Think about the position that you're in, and think about whether parts of your body are in an uncomfortable position, or if they're in an unusual or unnatural position for a long period of time. And especially be mindful of actual issues. I have an issue sleeping. When I sleep on my side, it seems like I sleep on my left side a lot, and my arm goes numb a lot. So, and that's actually detailed in this chapter. Okay, that's it. Sorry, gotta stop. Please buy the book through my affiliate link below to help the channel. Please read along with me and master your universe. If you want a deeper dive, please consider joining my Patreon, linked in the description. If there's a book that changed your life, I want to know about it. Please leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching.